In the automotive realm, passion is entirely what fuels progression. It is the long nights spent wrenching and the weeks spent obsessing over minute details that further ingrain our want to change and improve upon the mechanical and technological creations conceived by the engineers of the automotive industry. Mike Amerson, owner of TDC Performance, took his passion and $500 and grew his legacy over the course of 7 years. Mike and his team catered to a broad spectrum of internal combustion, from sub-10-second front-wheel drive Hondas to 4-second X275 cars, and even drift, diesel, or whatever your heart's content. If it harnesses explosions and propels a vehicle, Mike and his crew are eager and capable to help you get your vehicle ahead of the pack. Needless to say, Mike has experienced a lot of sleepless nights pursuing his passion. Here is Mike's story.
We were just 2 or 3 guys building cars, and at that point I had to make a choice of whether I wanted to pursue this as a business or just kind of keep it more as a hobby. We felt the clientele was there, we felt the area deserved that it needed to be there, so we just kind of continued on with what we were doing and set it up as to be a permanent, legitimate business here running in Alabama. We have such a diverse spread of vehicles that we work on, and I think that's why we like doing what we do, is because we may work on a Nissan project one week and then pick up a Corvette project the next. We like that because we're not singling out one particular type of automobile or one particular type of motorsports, or an import or a domestic, because we didn't want to be labeled as a one particular type of shop, and we like to be able to do that. Like I say, we have from GT 500s to Honda front wheel drives. We do all of that. I would probably say the problem with that is every car that comes through here, you take on a bit of each of those pieces of cars, and there's something you like about each car or style of car or type of car that you work on, and kind of can become a problem because at the end of the day you kind of want to get one of each at the end of the day. So we do have the guy who built his own motor, got everything assembled. He just needs charge piping welded because he doesn't weld. Swings the car over here, we make some piping for it, and he's back out, got his car up, and is happy. Then we also have the flip side of that, where guys will drop off a chassis with no wheels, no dash, no interior, no motor, no anything. I need everything from the ground up. We do a lot of engine building for other companies out there. 2 or 3 in Alabama here we do motor builds for. There's a couple in Florida that we build motors for. That's one of our large things, is the R&D durability on our engines. We've been able to make a lot of power, keep cars running for more than one season. When you extract 9 times the original power out of a motor, the longevity, if you can make it run as long as you can, is a plus. And then we have guys who may have a newer model Camaro that want to do a head and cam package, and they have the funding. They just don't have the tools or have the desire or the knowledge to do it, and which is completely okay. And we take care of that aspect for them too.
And then you also have the guy that wants to one-up his friend.
That's usually a weekly thing going on here, especially having a track 15 minutes from here. Those kind of things can be settled weekly, and you get the one-up all the time. When I was in the Marine Corps, I had seen other types of motorsports going on, and I happened to kind of fall into a Honda CRX, a little SI CRX, Barbados yellow, and I ran it as far as we could with the stock motor and some nitrous and whatnot, and then we kind of pioneered at that time. I mean, we're talking 1996. We pioneered the motor swap on the East Coast just about. There were no mounts, there were no wiring harnesses, there were no schematics for a JDM motor. We did everything by hand and kind of figured out the ins and outs of the motors. I threw a blower on it and left a nitrous kit on there, and I mean, it kind of went from there. Kind of everywhere I moved, being involved in the military, I got to meet really good guys. After that, I moved to Tampa, and it was very, very diverse in Tampa, and it was on a very large scale. So everywhere we've moved, I would kind of say the area pushed us to make kind of the cars go faster, and what kind of cars, maybe that dictated a little bit what we used. I've had multiple offers for investment to kind of make the company larger than what it is, and that's always been a concern for me. I don't know if I want to be a Titan Motorsports. I don't know if I want to be an AMS, because that is a large scale based company. I really like what we have going on here now. We're a very, very tight knit group of guys. Not much can get in between us, you know, and we're very much like a family. And I prefer to keep it that way. I don't want it to get to such a large scale that it's just a business at that point.